How to score high in reading comprehension. Many students, they lose marks not because the passage is very difficult, but because they panic, probably by looking at the length of the passage, or maybe they have not paid attention to the key words in the passage. And some students, they also read too fast. So these are some of the reasons why they are unable to score high marks. Now, in this video, we'll try to understand some smart strategies, some tips and tricks that will enable students to score high in reading comprehension. First tip that I want to share with the students is read the questions first. Before going through the passage, you need to first quickly go through the questions. That will give you a fair idea as to where you need to emphasize and pay attention to more. So your brain will automatically keep searching the answers while you're reading the text. The next important tip is underline the key words in the questions. For example, if the question is, what are the two major challenges faced by the villagers? So you need to underline the key words like two, challenges, villagers. So that will help you a lot in locating your answers in the text. Next tip is to adopt a two-step reading method of skimming first and second scanning the entire passage. So that will improve your accuracy. So the very first step is you need to skim through the entire passage very quickly in order to understand what is the theme, the tone, or the purpose of the text. And the second step is you need to scan for detailed information like the reasons, or maybe places, or maybe the names. So you will have to go to the statistics and data later. First, just get an idea of what the passage is all about, that is skimming. And the second step is scanning. So do follow this two-step reading method. The next important point that you need to keep in your mind is that answers must be from the text and not outside the text. Comprehension is always passage based, do keep in mind. So avoid sentences like I think, according to me, and so on and so forth. So read the passage and answer accordingly. Please try to avoid outside information. Next is that if it is an MCQ question, then try to eliminate the wrong options first. So how do you do that? In an MCQ question, do keep in mind that one option is completely wrong. Another option is too broad. Another option is partly correct, and another option, the last option, is usually the correct one. So do keep in mind that we need to eliminate the impossible options in order to get close to the correct answer. Another important point that you need to keep in mind is that answers should be short and exact. Do not try to copy huge paragraphs from the text and write in your answers. Don't do that mistake. Your answers should be to the point. Try to keep it very brief and try to use key terms from the text in your answers. So this is another important tip. The next tip is that time management is very crucial, dear students. Do keep in mind that time management is important. For instance, if the passage has 700 words in it, then you need to try to wind up within 15 minutes. Do not try to cross 15 minutes because you need to manage your time effectively as far as your first reading is concerned, your second reading is concerned, your answering your questions is concerned, and also checking. So 15 minutes, for example, for a 700 word passage. And the last tip that I want to share is that improve your reading speed in order to score high. And how do you do that? You will have to devote at least 15 minutes of your precious time on reading daily, maybe newspaper editorials, articles, magazines, and maybe science writings, travel writings. So do read at least 15 minutes regularly. That will help you to improve your reading speed, your vocabulary, your inference skills, and also your level of concentration. All the best.